I am Fabrizio Romano, and this is the source meter for transfers. I will go with medium. I will go with medium because at the moment there are chances for him, in my opinion, to stay at Tottenham. I see him at the moment it's a difficult deal for Manchester City because Daniel Levy wants to keep the player. Fabio Paratici is working to convince the player to stay. And also Nuno himself wants to talk directly with the player and convince him to stay at Tottenham. So Harry Kane wants Champions League football. Manchester City made a proposal 1 month ago, £100 million for Harry Kane, available to talk also about players. But Tottenham said no, they want to keep the player. They want to fight to keep the player. So Manchester City will need something crazy to sign Harry Kane. And at the moment, the situation is more for Tottenham to keep Kane than for City to sign him. I go with the medium too, with Paul Pogba, but I'm a bit confident for Manchester United. I see a lot of reports about Paris Saint-Germain coming from France, from England, and it's true that Paris Saint-Germain have an interest in Paul Pogba because he's considered a perfect player for Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, he's French too, so it would be the perfect signing for Paris Saint-Germain. But at the moment, Manchester United have not received any bid from Paris Saint-Germain, any official bid, and they have chances to keep the player. They will try again to offer him a new contract. At the moment, there is no agreement between Pogba and Manchester United, but they're prepared to try again with Pogba, with his agent Pino Raiola. And I'm told that there are chances for Pogba to stay also if he's not extending the contract with Manchester United. So they're ready to take the risk of keeping the player and having him out of contract in 1 year. So we will see what happens with Paris Saint-Germain, if in August they will make an official bid. But at the moment, the situation is still open with Manchester United ready to try to keep the player. 100% staying at Juventus. Impossible. I will go with impossible in our scale just because I'm talking with Juventus people and with Chiesa people too. It's really, really impossible this summer to sign him. I see a lot of reports about Chelsea. It's true that Tuchel loves the player, same for Bayern Munich with Nagelsmann, but they know that there is no chance. There is no bid from Liverpool, first of all, because a lot of reports about this bid, £100 million for Federico Chiesa to Juventus, but Juventus say they have not received anything from Liverpool, and they will 100% keep the player because Chiesa is so happy with Juventus. Massimiliano Allegri, new Juventus manager, he loves Federico Chiesa. He wants Federico Chiesa as part of the project. So I don't see Federico Chiesa leaving Juventus this summer. Yeah, Jack Grealish to me is medium to hot, I can say, for Manchester City, because they're working on it. They are in direct contact with people close to the player. They are in direct contact also with Aston Villa now. So this week, they are talking with Aston Villa directly. Aston Villa are offering him a new contract, and it's an important contract, so they are prepared to give Jack Grealish what he wants in case he will decide to stay at the club. But now it's up to the two clubs. It's up to Manchester City. And they have two top targets, Harry Kane and Jack Grealish. They know it will be really difficult to sign both, but they want to try at least to sign one of them. And for Grealish, they are working and talking. Let's see if they can reach an agreement. More than about personal terms, that won't be a problem. It's about the two clubs. And in the next days, I think we will have the final answer. It won't take so long for Jack Grealish, but Manchester City are working on it. Still not agreed, still not at final stages, but working on it. Really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. I see him staying at Borussia Dortmund this summer. Chelsea need something more than crazy to sign Erling Haaland this summer, because as Borussia Dortmund said many times with part of their board, they want to keep the player. They are convinced they can keep the player. They are not accepting not even 150 million euro for Erling Haaland this summer. So they're prepared to fight to keep the player. And then I don't see Borussia Dortmund selling the player at the end of August. So if Chelsea want to jump in this deal seriously, because at the moment they haven't made an official bid to Borussia Dortmund, they have to act like right now or in the next days, in the next weeks, not at the end of August. And that's why the situation is not easy. They need to bid around 170, 175 million euro to sign Erling Haaland. And I think it will be really difficult. So it's up to Roman Abramovich more than to Chelsea, because it's something really crazy, as also the player said. So in my opinion, it will be really complicated, but they have some chances if they do something crazy. I can't say impossible because I'm not working with Chelsea, but I think that is really, really complicated. But if they want to do something, it has to be with money, because at the moment I'm told that Borussia Dortmund are not considering something like, they've not received any bid for swap deals with Hudson-Odoi or with any other player as rumored. And so they want a crazy bid, a really crazy bid. But remember, next summer he has a release clause for 75 million euro. So also maybe for the player, makes sense to wait for one season and then decide next summer what's the best project for him. Really, really difficult. I go with difficult for Chelsea and for any other club interested in Declan Rice, because it's about the price. It's true that the player will be prepared for the move. He loves Chelsea, so he will love this move. Last summer, he was really close to join Chelsea with Frank Lampard pushing and pushing, but now the feeling is still the same. Chelsea appreciate the player. They consider him as the main target in the midfield. Also, if now the manager is Thomas Tuchel, but about the board, they consider Declan Rice as the perfect player from what I'm told. But the real problem is about the fee. The fee is a big, big problem, because West Ham want more than 85 million pounds for Declan Rice. And at the moment, it's considered too much. So let's see if the situation will change in August. But at the moment, it's really, really difficult. So I think it will be even more complicated. I go with medium, because at the moment for Jesse Lingard, the situation is really, really open. It depends also by what Manchester United want to do as next signings on the market. So if they need some money after selling players, or if they want to keep this team and maybe do just something small in the next weeks. It's Manchester United or West Ham as of today, because he received some approach from Italian clubs, but he wants to stay in England, and West Ham is a serious possibility, but at the moment there is no agreement with Manchester United. So I think it's also part of the strategy to wait a bit, to see what happens maybe in August for Manchester United, and then to try to jump in again in the deal with West Ham and Manchester United. But at the moment, also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is happy with the player, how he's training, so he has chances to stay, but West Ham are still interested and keeping tabs on the situation. So I would say medium in this case. Yes, RAPHAEL VARANE is here we go for Manchester United. They completed the agreement with Real Madrid for 50 million euro. It's a done deal, completed also with the player on a 4 years contract with the option for the 5th season with Manchester United. The deal is 100% confirmed and completed. Of course, he wanted to join Manchester United. He was really dreaming for this opportunity. He had many clubs interested in him, like Paris Saint-Germain approaching him in March and April. But RAPHAEL VARANE had this big dream with Manchester United, because 10 years ago, he was one step away from joining the club with Sir Alex Ferguson. He's been always a big fan of Manchester United. And after winning everything with Real Madrid, he was asking to the club to try something different, to try a new challenge. He's been really respectful with the club. And that's why Real Madrid decided to accept the bid from Manchester United, also because they knew that RAPHAEL VARANE was not going to extend his contract with Real Madrid. So they had the serious risk to lose the player as free agent next summer. That's why they decided to accept the bid, and Manchester United completed the deal. Solskjaer was pushing and pushing to have Varane. So yes, it's a here we go. Yes, Jules Kounde to Chelsea is hot on the third meter, I can say, because Chelsea are working to sign him from Sevilla. There are advanced negotiations between Chelsea and Sevilla. It's not a done deal and completed yet, just because they're working about the fee. They're including Kurt Zouma in the negotiation from Chelsea to Sevilla, but now they have to find an agreement also about the fee to include in the negotiation, because Sevilla want around 45 million euro. Chelsea are offering around 35 million euro. So they have a gap, and they're working on it at the moment between the two clubs. Kounde has an agreement on personal terms with Chelsea on a 5 years contract. He's buzzing to join Chelsea as he wants to play Champions League football, and that's why he was not 100% convinced from Tottenham bid, but he wanted to wait for something different, and now he has this big Chelsea opportunity. Chelsea are working on it, so I would say it's hot at the moment, and let's see if they will complete the agreement. I would go with medium for Ruben Neves, because he has chances to leave Wolves this summer if the right bid will arrive. So they are not desperate to sell him, and the player is really respectful, I'm told, also in training and these kind of things. He's been really professional. So if the right opportunity will arrive, it's a possibility. From Manchester United and Arsenal, they have an interest in the player, but there is still no bid. It will depend on August, in my opinion, about what kind of strategy they want to have for the midfield, both Arsenal and Manchester United, and we will see if they make an official bid. But he has chances to leave, so I would go with medium, waiting for August.